everybody, this is Jaanvi Taneja and welcome to my YouTube channel. What are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about 3 ways you can start any presentation, any speech or any conversation in general that will be very attractive, that will be very charming. So yeah, these 3 pointers are your hacks and I'm sure that you're going to benefit out of it. But promise you're going to implement them in your daily life. That's how we learn. That's how we become better speakers, right? So the first hack for you to start becoming a better speaker, an attractive speaker, is to captivate using a story. Now, what do I mean by using a story, right? Remember when we were kids, whenever our mothers would narrate stories to us, if you would start hearing the beginning, you would always want to hang in and listen what happened at the end. And as a speaker, that's what we want. We want people to be interested, genuinely interested in what we are speaking. So thus, using a story will always be a USP. So for example, I want to talk about women empowerment or I want to talk about mental health. If I start with a situation or a story, the audience would genuinely be interested in what happened at the end. Why am I talking about this? What really happened to that protagonist of the story? Thus, narrating a story becomes really a charming way to start any conversation or any speech. Even for your office presentations, for that matter, it will come really handy. Okay, so you know the first hack to sound a confident and better speaker, that is to narrate a story, to become a good storyteller. Also, I would like to add in and say here that storytelling is something that's one of the most important skills these days. No matter what you're doing, you should know how to sell something. And thus, storytelling will come really handy. You should practice it. In the coming videos, we'll also be talking about how you can become a better storyteller. So hang in with that. The second tip you can use to become a better presenter or to become a better effective speaker is to use a prop. Okay, so for example, I'm sitting with a wire in my hands and I start a presentation. I'm sure you'll be curious, why is she sitting with a wire in her hand? Why is she sitting with a phone in her hand? She's looking at the phone when it's time for the presentation to begin. Thus, prop becomes really attractive ways of starting a presentation. The audience generally wants to know what's actually happening. What is she doing? Imagine you are standing on a stage with a glass of bottle in your hand and you're about to begin a speech. Your audience will genuinely be interested. What is she trying to do? Yeah, so that's what we want. Arousing curiosity in your audience is exactly what we're looking for, because it's the first 3 seconds of your conversation or speech or presentation that will attract the audience. If you attracted them in the initial 3 seconds, you're good to go. You are that effective speaker. Thus, these 2 hacks that we have covered till now, we'll revise it quickly. First, narrating a story, and second, using a prop will come really handy in terms of becoming a better speaker. So we have understood first, narrating a story, second, using a prop. Now third, a very good way is to ask a thought-provoking question. Now, what do I mean by a thought-provoking question? A thought, you already know what the thoughts that we have in our head all the time. Even while recording this video, I have a lot of thoughts going on in my head. What is provoking? Something that makes the audience think is provoking them, okay? So, for example, I wanted to talk about mental health. I'm on the stage standing and I want the audience to be attracted towards me, to be engaged with what I'm speaking. I'll ask them a question to start. For example, when was the last time you felt you were struggling with mental health, if my topic is related to that? Or for that matter, if I wanted to talk about health, I can say, what was the last health issue that you faced? So that's a question that I've raised for them, and they'll take a moment to think about it, to see what actually happened with them. And thus, it becomes a really good way of engaging the audience, of attracting their attention. And thus, another hack for becoming a better speaker. Yes, so we've covered 3 pointers as of now. First one being using a story, narrating a story, being a good storyteller, that we're going to cover in the coming videos. All these pointers would be covered in depth in the coming videos, but we are just reminding ourselves that these 3 mental hacks to some extent are really good at attracting the audience. First one being narrating a story. Second one being using a prop like a phone, a bottle, a clutcher, wired, no matter what it is, and related to your topic. And third one being, yes, recall, yes, quickly. What was it? It was to ask them a thought-provoking question. And hence, these 3 pointers, if you're using these 3 pointers to start any presentation, if you are a professional, if you are a student and you want to speak or anchor or just give a speech on the stage, this will come very handy. And even for that matter, when you want to build an engaging conversation with someone else, this will come really handy. So I request and try this out for 7 conversations. I'm not asking a lot of effort from your end, but if you want to become an effective speaker, try out these 3 hacks for next 7 conversations that you'll be making with someone else, and trust me, you'll feel the difference. You'll feel as if people genuinely want to listen to what you have to say. Okay, so you have a small task for yourself. In case you genuinely try, and because I'm going to give you homework at the end of every video, that's how we're going to roll. We're going to become better and effective speakers by the end of every video. So you're going to take this challenge of using these 3 hacks in the next 7 conversations or speeches or setups where you'll be speaking. And after 7 setups, you'll come back to this video and comment if you tried it, because you are promising it to yourself to become a better and effective speaker. I'm sure you're going to do it. So thus, after 7 attempts, you will come back to this video and comment down that you have actually done it. And I'll make sure that I'm replying to every comment out there that yes, I'm proud of you all. Okay, and also before we wrap up with today's video, I'm hoping that you all enjoyed and learned something new. Consider subscribing if you found the content useful. Also, I have a page on Instagram by the name of Pious Classes. If you are interested in such content, you can follow over there as well. I'll drop a link in the description box. Yes, so happy learning to all of you. It was great connecting. Keep learning and have the learning mindset on. Thank you so much.